After you've completed Avernus, we've got one hell of an adventure for you.
Or in this case, 9 of them.
Today we're reviewing Hellbound Heists.
Welcome everyone, I'm Sean, this is Tony, and today we're looking at the DMsGuild release, Hellbound Heists.
Now this is an awesome release. I mean, it's 289 pages.
Yeah, and
it's
there's
huge.
like a bajillion different artists involved here. A lot of really popular names from the DMsGuild are involved in here. So there's a lot of great stuff. There's some good artwork, there's some good writing. And yes, there's 289 pages of content, and it's very worth the money.
Now, the first thing we kind of want to go over with this is why play this instead of Avernus, or after Avernus, I guess.
Yeah, so it's interesting because when you play through Avernus, it's really built from 1 to 13.
Right.
And you might be asking yourself if you've already finished it or if you're kind of nearing the end of your adventure, what next?
Yeah, and this one actually goes through all 9 hells.
Yeah, and a lot of it's actually built for like, you know, level 7 and up, level 8 and up. There's even like some level 20 stuff in here.
18 to 20 in that last level.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a doozy. But this is an awesome compilation of adventures. Now, the cool thing about this, and the first thing I'll say with this, is that you can actually run this as an adventure from beginning to end. If you want to go through all levels of hell. I was in a relationship like that once.
Oh, that's awful.
But you could also add this into your campaign as supplemental adventures.
Yeah, that's why they add a lot of the different adventure hooks that you're going to see kind of sprinkled in each adventure. That way, in case you kind of need to just pull this out for some reason, even if you're not running something like that's specifically Avernus or specifically for the 9 hells, you can kind of grab it and just kind of toss it in your campaign, and it gives the party a reason to go and do it.
Now, this book is chock full of really awesome things. Like, you get the adventures. Each one has their own adventure hooks in there that you can use. There are travel rules and travel tables that are in there for when you're going through them. And it's an interesting thing because each one is hatched out per that level of hell.
Yeah, so even some of the different roll tables, like if depending on what
when
level
you get
you're
to
on.
Dis, for example, that's the next level of hell after Avernus with it. It's got a specialized roll table and specialized things just for that. Yeah,
so there's different roll tables for like madness or infernal corruption and all these kinds of things, and it really helps flavor each level that you're in. And then there's also different like encounters that happen in the different levels too, because obviously since it's a different level, you're going to be encountering different kinds of monsters.
Right, exactly. And this is really cool how the way it's set up. The artwork is amazing in it. It's definitely something that I would pick up with it, and it's available in softcover, hardcover, PDF plus softcover, or PDF plus hardcover, so you can get pretty much anything and the PDF. Each one with their own individual prices, but we want to get into a little bit of some of the neat stuff that's in here.
Yeah, because besides the 9 different campaign adventures that you're going to find, there's actually a couple of pages of items, there's a couple of pages of monsters. They even add a couple of things in the beginning. There's actually a new background and a new faction you can pick. They even add a spell and a piece of equipment that you can actually get in there too. But to kind of go into some of the items, obviously a lot of these are going to be very, fiendish, devilish, Avernus themed.
Right.
And you're going to find a lot of great stuff. There's even some things that'll curse you or like give you certain flaws. There's one in here that I absolutely love. It's kind of like having like a portable Better Call Saul in your pocket,
Now, just so you know, too, the main focus of this is definitely those 9 adventures that are in there. But we loved some of the items in here, and we thought they were great. You want to read the one that you like the most there?
Yeah, this one, and Ramashka is actually one of the characters that you run into in one of the other adventures. But there's an item in here. It's a very rare item called Ramashka's business card. Pearlescent paper card from the Arcanoloth lawyer Ramashka. Anyone reading this card sees the text in their native language. The card can be burned to summon Ramashka and ask her 3 questions about the laws of the multiverse. She has great knowledge of the legal web that binds the cosmos together, and she'll be able to answer most questions as long as they're related to some document or contract.
Right. So I signed a contract with my patron,
Right.
And I want to see, is there any way out of this contract?
Yeah, or maybe if you miss some of the really fine text in there, you burn the business card, boom.
Better call Ramashka.
Yeah, better call Ramashka, yeah.
There's some of these on there, like the Bandages of Gramouche, which I really liked on that.
Yeah, and there's even like a large like war vehicle in there too, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. So each of these items and everything else that's on here are just really, really awesome. There's a taming rod. You like those bracers that were there
Oh yeah,
too,
the
right?
bracers.
You
Yeah, the
wanna read
bracers
those
are
too?
cool. I mean, they basically they're Tim Fall's Embrace, and so they're bracers. They give you +3 to AC if you're not wearing if you're not wearing armor or shield, kind of like the bracers of defense.
Yeah.
But these are a little different because you get resistance to fire damage, advantage on saving throws against spells and magical effects. You can speak fluent Infernal, but you do have a flaw. You never fully trust anyone other than yourself.
That's not really a flaw. I feel that way anyway.
Yeah, there's some player characters that already do that. And yeah, and there's a lot of really great items here that are well flavored and they're themed really well. And I want to go to the monsters really quick because there's not a lot of, homebrew content where they include some of like stat blocks for like monsters from like other books.
Yeah, and part of the wonder of this book, if you got it as a hardcover book, it actually has the monsters in it from the Monster Manual or from Xanathar's and things like that, so that you have you have quick reference for those, so you can just kind of pull them up.
Yeah, too many times we've always seen like, oh, if you want the stat block for so-and-so, go check, Mordenkainen's tome, or go check Monster Manual. The nice thing I like about here is that you get those stat blocks kind of instantly. And then at the end, there are some handouts. There's some really great maps and diagrams that you can hand out, during the adventure as well. But it's just really nice because there's so much packed into the 289 pages that you're going to get in here. And even if you decide not to run every single adventure, there's a lot of mechanics and roll tables, especially some with like the exploration stuff, or monsters and spells that you can just kind of grab and sprinkle into your homebrew campaign. They can really fit in a lot of different settings.
I like the idea of this. In fact, I would like to run at least the first level of this on our stream, The Maw. I think that would be a fun experience for everyone to just kind of see how that is. So in the next couple of weeks, we may throw that in there and you guys can actually take a look at how this is played.
Yeah, most definitely. So hopefully we get to try that out. You might actually get to see how it kind of plays out there. And if you do want to help support the channel, we do always encourage people to go on our Patreon. We do have some fun behind-the-scenes stuff going on over there. And we'll always leave a link down below if you want to pick up a copy of the Briarthorn. That's
right. The Briarthorns are our single release that we just did in anticipation for our upcoming release at the end of the year, Vogel's Compendium, which is going to be an awesome, awesome book as well. But definitely check this one out. You're going to want to pick it up at the DMs Guild. We'll leave a link in the description below, and you can always email us if you'd like at dmbrewcrew@gmail.com if you've got something you'd like to send us.
And remember, the best campaigns are always the ones that are homebrewed. So until next time, keep brewing.